I know what you're about to say. Sidemen is not a secret, but let me explain you. So over the past 4 to 5 years that I've been living on this island, I've saved around 300 to 400 spots all around the island. And I'm not saying that I've been everywhere in Bali, but I'm pretty sure I'm pretty close to it. There is so much more to every single of these little places in Bali. There is so much more than Canggu and Uluwatu, and this is what I want this series to be about. I want to be about culture, about discovering new things in Bali, and about falling in love again with Bali, helping people understand what the real Bali is about. And not only Bali, I want to take this all around Indonesia, all around the world with my travels. So this first episode, this first little trip that I want to do. So as you can see here on the map, I want to go down to Sidemen, and I have a bunch of spots saved. And there is this specific one that I want to go over here, which is next to the main river in Sidemen. And it's got these beautiful rice terraces, these beautiful villages. And I want to go and capture the people, the culture of these little villages, aside from what's known in Sidemen. In Sidemen, it's known for silver, so I don't want to go there and capture a silver jewelry maker, but I want to capture something different. So the idea is to go around this area and then eventually drive around these villages for the morning. So there you have it. Let's dive right into this first adventure. So the morning didn't really start the way I wanted to. I left my house and it is about an hour to an hour and a half drive, and pretty much halfway through the drive it started to pour down. It looked very moody and it just didn't look good, but in these situations I learned throughout the years in Bali that you just gotta keep going, drive through the storm, and hopefully on the other side of the storm you will be welcomed with a beautiful sunrise. And this is kind of what happened actually. The second I arrived at the location, I put my camera back down, got my camera out, and I was welcomed by this super friendly local who just wouldn't leave me alone for a second. I was probably one of the only Western he's seen in a long time, and he just wanted to have a chat and just find out what I was doing there. And it was kind of funny that he would just stick around to me. He wouldn't leave me alone for a second. He kept asking me things and just being very curious and very interested about what I was doing. I wandered around this little road for a little bit, capturing the local life as the sun was rising. The men in this area are usually rice farmers, while the woman can be caught walking to the nearby temple with fruit and fruits on their head as offerings. After this, I kind of make my way up the hill because I follow the road and it led me to this beautiful village on top of the hill with just a few houses. And by now it was 7 to 7:30 and I was kind of hungry, so I just stopped on the side of the road, this tiny local shop, and these people were incredibly nice to me, and it's almost ridiculous how nice they are, especially because I speak a little bit of Indonesian, and as soon as you can speak the language, as soon as you can communicate in some way, they just become the nicest people on earth. And here I had a coffee, I had some banana, I had some little sugary pancake with one beautiful view. After my coffee and snacks, I headed back down the mountain and stopped at the first village I drove through, nearby the rice terraces. Parked my bike, and pretty much the second, again, I took my camera out and wandered around this town. Everybody just stared in awe. Everybody was super nice, everybody was so interested, and I saw so many cute, nice and smiley faces. Like this one that I obviously missed the focus on. In these small villages, most people have very ordinary jobs, and many still live on a barter basis to support their families. The most common, aside from rice farming, it's probably just owning a little shop and selling goods and drinks by the side of the road. After about half an hour, I then decided to drive to the next village, so I took my bike and drove up the hill, down the hill on the other side, and just pretty much stopped in the next village. And I came across these guys that I'm pretty sure I've seen what they're doing before, but pretty much they're taking the rocks, the stones from the nearby volcanoes, they bring them into these facilities, into this warehouse, into these little shops they have. They break them into pieces and then they send them And out of this, they make temples. These usually are the small village temples or the very small home temples. And I never actually got to see them up close. So I've seen these guys, I walked up to them, said hi, had a chat with them, super friendly again, as always. And I just kind of made a little conversation, filmed a few sequences, and I just got interested into what they were doing. And they explained me that, you know, that's what they do. They get these rocks, they build these little temples for the houses, and that's their job. And still with such a humble job, they're still so nice to me. They were super smiley, they were super happy of explaining everything they were doing. So yeah, there's not really a way of putting this, but I don't think I've ever experienced such friendly local anywhere else. And with that said, I said goodbye to them and moved on to the next adventure. At this point, I was kind of happy that I got a lot of stuff already. I got a lot of very nice emotion, faces, people, but I wanted something more. So I started driving further, and literally pretty much 2 turns after these guys, with the corner of my eye, I saw a truck parked next to a marigold field. And marigolds are very unique flowers here in Bali because they use mostly for ceremonies. So as soon as I saw that truck, I connected right away. So I stopped, turned my bike around, and I went to investigate. The second I parked my bike, I knew that I found something crazy. I knew that I found gold. Marigold farming and harvesting, it's one of the most colorful, beautiful things in Bali. And because, as I said, they use mostly for ceremonials and wedding, these flowers are cultivated only in little patches. They're not actually that common to come across. And the second I seen this harvesting and this beautiful early morning, I was so excited because I had so many opportunities of shooting this before, but either it wasn't ripe, it wasn't the season, it wasn't ripe, or it just wasn't the right time of the day. So finally capturing this, it was definitely a crazy experience, and finding out more, having a chat with these guys and finding out that actually these flowers are pretty much used for everything from ceremonies to wedding to big events, anything really related to culture in Bali, you will have these flowers. So it's very important to have them ready pretty much all the time of the year. And this is why there is super nice people picking them right from the plants, all of them smiling, all of them super happy. I even got the phone number of one of them and sent him some of the videos, some of the drone videos on WhatsApp, and he was stoked. This part of Bali, Sidemen, is actually mostly famous for jewelry making and silver. So this is probably, if you heard of Sidemen before, this is probably what you heard. But on these videos, I don't want to capture the ordinary. I don't want to capture what everyone else is talking about. I don't want to capture what's obvious. I want to go deeper and capture, a marigold farmer or, a rice farmer, something very unique in their element. And this is what I want to capture in these videos, and I hope you enjoy. With that said, if you do want to find like a very cool like jewelry making class or anything like that, definitely go to Sidemen because it's a beautiful area, and this is where you will experience most of the actual real Bali, and you also get very cheap jewelry class. So hope you guys like this video. I will definitely make more and more as we go along this path of my YouTube channel, because I really find that shooting culture, shooting people, telling stories is what I love, and making these short little documentaries week by week by week whenever I go out on a mission or whenever I travel, it just gives me a lot of excitement, and I get very, I'm just very happy about me making this video. So leave a like and subscribe and all those things below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.